Our society is big on hypocrisy. We do not talk about many things. People do not talk about sex. They do not talk about mental health because these things, there's a hint of shame.
Being well mentally.
Mental health is like your mood, like series of moods, and how it affects your day-to-day activities.
When things happen to you, you're able to process them in a way that is healthy and react in a way that is healthy. That's good mental health.
Yes, I have.
Yes, my entire life.
I have been depressed.
I think everybody struggles, but some people are just faking it more than others, but yeah.
Like 9 over 10.
Can I say 100 over 10?
11.
It's actually like a lot important.
Because it affects every part of your life. Ooh.
For me, the first thing is awareness, like figuring out what's wrong.
When I'm feeling down, there are people that I just talk to, like, I just say, oh, this is how I feel about stuff. And yeah, a support system, basically.
Ideally, I'd want a therapist. I just can't afford one.
I can take like 2 months off Instagram, off social media, off everything and just try to get myself back together. But at that moment, I just want to be alone.
I've given myself permission to enjoy the things I enjoy.
A lot of it is tied to my faith as well.
I often try to speak up.
And I like to do a lot of self-care.
Everything in Nigeria is expensive.
There's not enough supply to meet the demand.
It's pricey because there isn't a mental health industry in Nigeria.
You pay for somebody's time and you pay for their expertise. If there are not many psychiatrists, the few ones you have are overburdened, and yeah, so they're going to charge a lot.
And the government doesn't take it seriously to train maybe more psychiatrists, more psychologists, more therapists.
Again, the economy is bad, like you can't even afford like regular food. So now you're paying for therapy on top of food with money you don't have.
My dad is going to say, go and pray.
Have you been reading your Bible?
My mom will probably bind and cast demons, that demons are at it. My dad,
He just didn't know what to make of it. They thought I was being difficult.
I know my parents like have an idea about people not being able to, you know, get through things without being helped. So it's not going to be an issue. Like I could easily talk to them.
Because everybody likes the facade of being perfectly fine and healthy and all right.
our society is big on hypocrisy. We do not talk about many things. People do not talk about sex. They do not talk about mental health because these things, there's a hint of shame.
Having a mentally ill child is weakness because often when you have a mentally ill child, people assume it's something you did or something your family did, and they don't want that.
I think it's like mostly a black people thing. It shouldn't be like a Nigeria thing. It's more like black people in general.
I used to work at psychiatric hospital, and you would call someone that, sorry, we're trying to follow up on this medication, and the person would vehemently deny that they use the place. They're like, no, you have the wrong number. Like, oh, none of my people goes to psychiatric hospital. And you're like, oh, I work there, I'm calling about your medications, and they're like, no. Then the next day, I'm like, sorry, they were in a bus, they could not admit, or nobody at home knows.
We have a culture of silence. We care terribly about what other people think of us, or of how we're perceived. And because of that, we don't really want to show weakness.
If you say someone has mental health issues, like layman of the street, like, oh, okay, he's mad.
They'll call you weary. They'll say, there's just a stigma associated with it in this country. People look at you different. They're like, oh, Oh, I think religion is one of the major causes.
Religion is the number one cheerleader of that stigma.
I've seen religion give people hope, but I've also seen religion destroy people, and there are way more people who are destroyed by religion than people who are given hope.
Because everything is good. If you are mentally ill, pray to God. You must be of it, people. You are possessed. one thing. Go to the pastor. Have you spoken to your pastor?
So, and I think it's because we're predominantly a religious society, even though it's filled with hypocrisy and whatnot.
My faith doesn't cancel out like taking care of yourself. And I know for a fact that my church is like super supportive.
Just take Nollywood and put it inside a trash bag and throw it away.
Every stereotype we have of people that suffer any form of mental health disease is from what Nollywood has told us.
I don't know if Nollywood has some new movies, so I don't want to say what I don't know, but in the past they've done such a shoddy job.
Nollywood has never shown us a process where they go to the doctors, they get prescribed medications, then they get psychotherapy, CBT and whatnot, and they actually recover or support group.
Illiteracy and ignorance.
People don't have information, so that's where most of the stigma is from. Everything's like myth and somebody's auntie is like shrouded in secrecy.
Level of education, illiteracy, exposure, and when I mean level of education, people with degrees still say shit. There's a way the Nigerian education system is set that if you do not take personal effort to develop yourself and expose yourself to more than your four walls, you would have a degree, but you still be silly in the sense of the world. You would not be accommodating of views that are not your reality.
There's the clouds that has come from mental illness, quote unquote, that millennial people chase. Millennial and post-millennial people chase. We like to say we're depressed. We like to say we're, OCD. We like to say we're schizo. We like to say we're bipolar, without really understanding that every time we say that, when we actually are not bipolar, we kind of erase people who actually are. And so it makes it harder for them to seek treatment. It makes it harder for them to, to get the privileges they need to get to be able to survive in our world.
The stigma is so bad. Like the psychiatric hospital in Yaba left. And like every Nigerian comedian we use it as a joke, like when somebody is Yaba left, or like Arrow in Abeokuta. These are not places that should be like punchlines for jokes. Like they should be respected places.
It would take a process because of the kind of culture we're in. We need to dismantle our religious and cultural distance first before we can make significant progress. But education, basically.
Once we have education, and they were able to restructure our healthcare, that a lot more people are able to enter into fields like psychiatry.
More initiatives like money, like mentally aware, like more, because money can't reach everybody.
You need to like educate people, tell them exactly what it is and why it's this way. It's not because they are mad, it's just because some things are not just right at that point in time.
We need to look into organizing ways for people to afford mental health care. Support groups would be great. There's a lot of stuff that can be done, because if I say you should wait for the government, we're in Nigeria. Nothing's going to happen.
Media essentially is propaganda. No matter what we like, no matter how we think that the media should be neutral, it's not neutral. They pick a side and they go ham for that side. And I feel like it's time for media and entertainment to go on the side of people who suffer from mental illness. I just think it's time.
I can't say it on camera. Yes, it is slightly illegal.